started going after you. Fucking no, you're a fucking bullshit artist and a fucking douchebag. And again,
No, that's
I'm
not
not the
true
one
now.
saying-
Come on.
Right.
Come on,
Yeah.
Lefty.
Come
Now,
on.
you know
Come
and
on.
I know that
You
you know
Yo,
you didn't
if you're
become
acting
my
like, yo, this dude
mortal
acts like fucking
enemy
gets all over YouTube
until
and shit.
after Anthony
Oh,
came
God.
on the show.
Oh. What? And you started acting like a broke-hearted fucking stalker bitch?
I just call him a rat that he is. I don't know. That bother you?
No.
I wasn't accusing him of
apparently
being a rat.
everyone calling you out and calling you a
I
rat.
didn't accuse.
Informant doesn't
Listen,
bother
there's
you
no
either.
fucking
you
proof
get-
I'm
you
a rat.
laugh.
There's no
You
paperwork I'm a rat.
You laugh and giggle and say,
We know Aralala was a rat.
Because
You know what I mean?
yeah, dude robs hookers of their fucking dresses and high heels.
If that turns you on, Lefty, that's personal. I told you that.
Hey, listen, Fish, I'm not the one
You know
on
what I
YouTube
mean?
asking a
There's
bunch
video of you
minutes
picking
a
up
day.
a fucking tranny, so
I'm
I
not
wouldn't
the one
talk.
fucking yeah, buddy. Again,
Lefty,
not true.
there's video of you talking to a tranny and telling
saying,
her,
hey,
I'll be back
you
with
want
the
to
money.
answer some questions and tell us your life story?
What?
Huh? What? Huh?
I didn't hear what you said. What?
Yeah, there's video of me fucking going there and saying, hey, you want to fucking tell us your life story and tell us some stories for some money?
No, that wasn't it. Even Tony the Night Owl ran away. He's like, no.
Right.
Cause it's on video. I wasn't the one trying to pick up a tranny. You were.
Yeah, it's on video and it's still up there for anyone to fucking see.
Yeah, I agree. And they could all see you trying to pick up a tranny, not me.
Right. No, yo, you wouldn't even be able to pick up a tranny. Fucking hookers are coming. You're the only one who fucking gets downplayed and fucking denied from hookers. They go to your door and they're like, oh hell no, and they do the 100-yard dash.
JR Boston, I only needed one punch in the stomach to shut that motherfucker up.
Oh God, listen.
That was it.
Yeah. He only needed one punch.
JR Boston says,
and then this dude left a
only pussies punch in the stomach. Well, I guess I'm a pussy because I lit him the fuck up and he couldn't breathe. And I calmly walked him out of the fucking house and told him get lost.
Yup. And then you got, then
I got
never came back to the neighborhood because hey, how about the time?
Because I know what you said. I never came back to the neighborhood because
how about the time you came back 10 years later and got the shit kicked out of you by Chippy?
Who the fuck is Chippy?
The guy who beat the shit out of you when you came back about 10 years later.
I never heard Chippy come on here and tell that story.
I ain't gonna put him on blast right now, and fucking he's currently
why not? Put him on blast. You got to prove what you say, bro. You can't just say shit without proving it. I mean, I say shit. I can say shit without proving it. Am I right?
Yes, you did. Where's your paperwork? Where's all your paperwork? Because the shit you gave
I
Loomis
told you where it is. It's sitting with Loomis.
It ain't
I
with
wouldn't send you paperwork, bro. You got 4 viewers, man.
Yeah,
at least Loomis had.
You're on here acting like a fucking bent out of shape fucking girlfriend that got broken up, right?
No, Trevor. It was long. It was long before I asked for the money back. It was only because Lefty was fucking being a jerk off that I asked for the money back. I said, well, send me the money back. Well, and you, like a jerk off, sent it back.
Yeah, Fish. Because you know what? I mean, I don't want
send me another 200.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what. I got 200 for you. Why don't you come get it in person?
No, send it to me via PayPal.
No. I was just joking with you, cuz. Mister, I can't even show my face in the neighborhood. And,
Mister, I can't. What do you mean, Mister? I can't show my face in the neighborhood? I thought you said I was there 10 years ago and got beat up. What the fuck are you talking
And
about?
what happened?
You got to
And
make up your
what
mind,
happened? You
Lefty.
got the shit kicked out of you and chased out of fucking
Let
your
me ask you a
neighborhood again.
question, Lefty.
Yeah, I'm out of my
Did I
mind.
rob
You're
the
the one in
money?
fucking
Did I
Minneapolis,
steal the
Minnesota.
money? Well, what did I do? Did I rob the money, steal the money, took the money? What did I do?
Ugh, this is fucking boring. You know, the guy's got to
It's
fucking
a
make
good
himself feel
question.
better.
You're making accusations that I
I'm
robbed
not
the
making
money.
accusations. I'm not making
No,
accusations. No. We had the guy
yeah.
on. Yeah, no.
Huh?
All right, so I'm making accusations.
Did I
I'm saying
rob
you're
his
a
money?
confidential
Did I
informant,
steal
you're
his
dirty,
money?
and you're a rat.
What did I do to make that guy so upset?
You ratted on people, and also you didn't give money back that you owed.
I'll
Not
say it
to mention
again.
some other things.
He was my connection. Did he say he went
Your
to jail?
connection. What the fuck? Your connection for fucking crack or a couple
No.
fucking grams? Because you certainly have never sold weed.
No, he was the
28
connection.
grams an ounce.
He
is
was the
about as much
Cone
as you
Age. He
fucking
was the
know.
Cone Age. When I brought 200 pounds of weed in, he was the guy I gave
Yeah.
it to.
He bought 200. He bought 200 pounds of weed, but couldn't tell you how many ounces are in a pound. Right.
See, now
And
you're
just
going
like,
off
yo,
the
it went from
subject,
200
Lefty.
to fucking 300, and come on, fish, dude.
You're
Nobody
off the
believes you.
subject, cuz you're like making apples into oranges. I thought I stole all this money from a bondsman. I thought we straightened that out already.
Apples into oranges. Apples into oranges. Dude said he's picking up 200 pounds of weed, but couldn't tell you how many fucking, not grams, but how many ounces are in a pound. This dude was like A-Light buying 1 pound kilos. Oh, Jesus. Jesus, man. I mean, like, yo, how many times you need to get embarrassed and fucking, put on Front Street? And we're not even talking about some other shit that fucking I'm not fucking gonna come on here and say, because you know what? It's not my business.
Because you have no business. Lefty.
Yo, you can't get anybody. I've never heard
no business,
from
Lefty.
your neighborhood ever say a nice
You're
thing.
just look. Anybody from my neighborhood? You have one disgruntled guy.
No, I don't.
He was from my neighborhood. Yeah, he was.
Yeah, there were a few other people that also said you were
If
a
you
rat
listen
and
to
a
him,
fucking
if
pussy
you
ass
listen to
fucking
him
wannabe.
say we was like brothers at one time, we
We
were definitely like brothers at one time. Him and I, no doubt.
You were a fucking
And he
delivery
confirmed
boy.
that I'm from the neighborhood and I did things.
No, you didn't do.
What do you mean I didn't do? He just said I did. You said I did. Now you saying I didn't? Lefty, you got to get shit straight, bro. Now,
No, fish.
This Butch guy said I did. Cause the Butch guy said I did. You brought him on here to say I did, right? So did I or didn't I? I don't get it. What?
Did you what, rat? We've already gone over that. You admitted it on this fucking stream.
Did I what, rat? No, no, I did not admit to ratting.
Right after we called you a CI, you that got to you, huh, cuz?
Yeah, because I called him a CI and he knows it. And so does everybody back in the neighborhood. That's why they don't do business with him no
back
more.
in the neighborhood.
That's why he's on a fucking
conversation,
some construction fucking job, bro.
Yo,
you don't know nothing, bro.
Talking about this girl.
You don't know nothing about my neighborhood, bro.
And they've never fucking.
You never will.
Right.
You never will, Lefty.
Yeah, right.
I thought you were a cool dude, but you're nothing but a fucking rat jerk off.
You're nothing but a fucking jerk off, fucking wannabe liar. Who's a sad motherfucker giving IOUs at a wedding? Who gives a fucking
IOUs at a wedding?
What? You couldn't even
give IOUs at a wedding?
You couldn't come up with.
Oh my God! Let me tell you, that might be the worst thing a human can do.
A baller, I was moving 200 pounds of weed, couldn't come up with $100.
That's why I laughed when he said the story, because he knows the truth.
Yeah. We know the truth too,
Yeah.
because you're like, how are you going to tell people
I was
that? How are you
released
going to tell
from
people
jail.
that? I was in a bad spot. How are you going to tell people that I
Yeah,
did
he
that?
knew that.
Bro.
He knew that. And I took
Oh,
the time to write him and his wife a card and gave it to him.
right. But you're this big
Right.
bad
I just
fucking
got out of jail a
drug
week
dealer and
ago.
shit, you know.
A
Right,
week
right,
before his
right,
wedding.
right. You know.
And if I wasn't
And they
in
released
jail,
you
I would have
without
been in the
charges.
wedding party.
Yeah. What did you
Yeah.
bring to the
No.
wedding for a
Yeah.
gift or
No.
besides an
Yeah.
IOU? A fucking wire?
I didn't write an IOU.
Yeah.
It was
So, this guy's a fucking
congratulations and how I love you both.
And,
You know,
and
do
how
you know
I
who?
don't have a
Do,
wedding gift.
do
Bro,
you know
have
who
a
he
year.
married?
You have a year. Yeah, I do.
No,
You have
let me ask you a
fucking
question.
year. You have a year
Do
to
you
get a
know?
wedding gift. Yeah, I know who
Do
the fuck
you
he married.
know who he married? Do you know who he married?
Do you need a hearing aid? I said yes several times.
Who? Who did he marry?
Why would I fucking come on and fucking put on this dude's fucking ex-wife?
You don't have to say her name.
That's the difference.
Because you don't
Fish.
know.
I'm not gonna come on here. Yeah, because I don't know.
Because you
Right.
don't
Okay.
know. You
Yep.
don't know who he married.
I don't know. I don't know any of those people, and I didn't talk to him months and months and months ago. You know,
You know
I
Uncle Chippy,
yeah, you know.
who has my teeth on a necklace.
Hey man, the rest of your teeth fell out from all that crack. But you know, hey, you have money
No,
for
I
crack. You couldn't
actually
come up with at least $100. You couldn't even come up with $20 to put in an envelope for this
no,
friend.
I just got out of the can a week
You
before
did
the
him a
wedding.
favor and fucking, you know, gave up information.
I wasn't expecting to even go.
That rat in the case mysteriously called
I
you
wasn't
and
even
told you not to
expecting
come.
to
You
go,
were the only
cuz.
one. You were the only
And he
one
said,
who
"Oh,
didn't get
you got a
arrested."
table. I got a
Yup.
seat for you. You come. Don't worry about it."
Right,
That's what he said.
right.
I just got out of jail a week before his wedding.
Yep. How'd you get out of
I
jail?
would have been one of the penguins if I wasn't in jail for 6 months. And I was on the
He
street.
would have been, you know, in the wedding party if he
I would have
wasn't
been one of the
a scumbag or if he was
penguins.
any kind of a, you know,
The penguins.
important person. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, you were such good friends, bro. You gave him a sob letter and an IOU. When again,
We
you have
were more than good friends.
to get somebody a wedding gift.
We were
Right.
like brothers at one time.
You were the fucking person you informed on, and then fucking, you know, yeah.
No,
You had
he
a
didn't get
love-hate
arrested. Did you
relationship.
hear him say he got arrested? And he went to jail? Did you hear him say that?
No, but you know what? I
I'll
heard
tell
him
you this
say
one more time,
you were a
cuz
confidential informant and a fucking rat. And I heard other people say the same shit that didn't know I was talking to him and fucking, like I said, bro, not one fucking person I talked to from your old neighborhood has ever said a complimentary thing about you or said, yeah, that guy was about it. So Fish, explain to us how you know,
well, I don't know who you talk to that
explain
knows
to us
me
how
from the
you could have been a
neighborhood
great
other
guy,
than Butch.
but you decided not to be. You know, tell us
Other than Butch.
all your endeavors. You
I don't know who you talk to
Yeah,
that knows me from the
use
neighborhood.
your imagination. I'm sure it isn't hard. It's a
No,
small fucking area.
I'm thinking. The only one I heard was Butch.
The only one you heard on here is Butch.
Yeah.
Yeah. So tell us,
Why ain't
Fish,
the other big mouths coming
again,
on?
Tell us, Fish.
Well,
So
why do you
how
tell
is it
them
that
to
you
come
could have
on?
been a made man? How is
Tell
it?
them to come
you know,
on. Tell them to come on.
Why would they come on YouTube?
I don't know.
They're
They're calling you. They're talking to you.
It's a rat and a dirty motherfucker.
And they're saying
talking to
all
me
of
about
this
some
stuff
other
about
shit,
fish.
nothing to do with
So
YouTube.
what the fuck are you
No.
talking
I
about?
asked them about fish. I asked them about fish. My fucking relationship and conversations had nothing to do with fucking YouTube. Until I found out, you know, they knew this.
What? What'd you find out?
Huh?
Did you find out I robbed the money from
I found
the
out you're
bondsman,
a cocksucker and fucking yo, laugh
or
all
I
you
stole the
want.
money? What? Did I rob the money, steal the money?
Explain. Explain,
What?
Fish.
Take the
How is it that
money?
you could have been a made man? Please. Let's hear this. Let's hear it.
Cause that's
I
big
could use a
action.
fucking, I could use a fairy
Big
tale.
action.
I could use a
It'll
fairy
be
tale.
away. I
Right,
already
'cause you
told
know,
you
your
why
name
I'm
was on
not
a
a
list.
me guy.
Your name was on
I
a list.
could have been
right
a made guy,
Right.
but
So
Mama
explain
Love
it.
kept pulling me out.
Explain how you could have been a made guy.
I just
Explain.
did.
No,
Every
you
time
didn't.
I got in too deep, Mama Love pulled me right out.
Holy shit. Wow. You were a
Holy shit.
fucking
Wow.
clown. Dude, yeah, you just told
Lefty.
us you could have been a made guy, but your mom pulled your ear and scolded you and gave you a fucking spanking.
If you want to look at it
You
that
can't
way,
go outside
yeah,
with-
but
with
that
the
wasn't
neighborhood
it at
kid.
all, bro. That wasn't it at
That's
all.
exactly what the fuck you just said. You said,
Nah.
so explain how you could
What do you mean
every
explain?
time I got in too deep. So explain sometimes you got
Yeah,
almost
every
in
time
too
I
deep.
got in too deep, my mom reminded
no,
me
not a yeah. Okay, explain how
who
you
these
almost got too
people
deep.
are, what they do,
multiple times.
and how they take advantage of you and not to get involved.
Right. Now we're on the subject of
Right.
who took advantage of you, Fish? How what did you try to buy a button from some fucking douchebag associate and they ripped you off? Like the guy who had a making ceremony as an associate and put in a fucking undercover cop. That sounds like some shit you would do.
What are you
So
talking about?
explain, Fish.
I have
Explain
no
how
idea
you
what you're
almost got
talking
in.
about.
Explain how you almost several times, but your mom pulled your
I
leash.
just told you.
No,
There
you
was
didn't.
many
You just
times
said,
I was getting in deep,
okay,
and my mother pulled me
explain
out.
what you were doing to get in so deep. Explain.
I have nothing to explain to you.
Well, you're on
You're
here
nothing
making
but a
statements, but
lefty
you can't back it up.
on YouTube.
You can't back it up.
I
Or
don't have
give
to back it
examples.
up.
Yeah, you do. If you make statements, usually you do have to back it
You're
up.
the one
And it's
making the
just a fact.
statements. You're the
It's
one
just a
saying
fact.
I was nothing.
Yo,
Blah, blah, blah.
it's just a
You
fact.
asked me a
You
question.
can't even fucking tell people.
You asked me a
How you
question.
got in so deep? Yeah,
You
I said
asked me a
so you
question,
could have been a made guy,
and I
but you
answered it. But yet you want
said
to belittle me.
You're grounded.
You can't, buddy. I go through you like you were
I
butter,
just did.
like you weren't even there. Cause
Yeah,
that's what.
yeah. 'Cause
No
you're on my
malice.
show.
I'll show you what malice is.
Show malice. I'll tell you what.
I
Come
was
on
so
down and show me
fucking
what
malice,
fucking
your
malice is.
fucking face beat your head
Yeah,
into the concrete,
Right.
and
Okay,
then
so put your
go
money
have
where
a
your
slice
mouth
of pizza.
and get on a fucking plane. There's great pizza in New Haven, so come on, get on a plane and show me that malice. Please, by all means. Hop on a plane.
Lefty.
You just made some threats, so put your
You
money where
wouldn't
your
see me
mouth is
coming.
and walk.
You wouldn't
that
see me
walk
coming.
that you're talking. Right. Okay.
You wouldn't see me coming, bro.
Jesus
It may not
Christ.
be today, tomorrow,
Oh,
maybe over the holiday. I don't know.
yeah.
One day you be
Okay.
walking out of
But
one of
we
them
all believe
fucking
you.
dive motels you
We
stay
all
in,
believe you.
and you'll
Yup.
get hit right across the
Sure.
fucking face with a baseball bat.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Yeah. yeah.
Because that's believable, yo. Mr. Balls dropped,
Believe it or not,
Yeah, come on.
doesn't make it matter. I'm
Bro,
not
you
gonna
just said I
tell
could have been
you
a made man,
I'm
but my
coming
mom
there
told me
tomorrow,
no.
Lefty. Meet me behind the alley. No. You can be
No,
walking
you're
out
not
of your
doing
hotel,
anything. You're
and there'll
staying
be
in
a bat across
Minnesota,
your fucking ugly fucking
making
bone
fucking empty
face.
threats on the internet.
Your fucking bone.
Oh God.
Your whole face is
Yeah.
bone,
And
bro.
what's
You ever
that say
look at
about you that
yourself?
you're too pussy to meet up?
You ever look
You're
at
too pussy to
yourself?
meet up.
You're a
Tough
fucking
guy.
bone, bro.
Tough guy.
That's all you are
Yeah.
is a bone.
Yeah. A bone that, I mean, I haven't yet, but
A
everybody
bone
else
that
is
what?
fucking
You don't even get laid, bro.
Right.
When was the last time you even fucking boned a guy
couple
or a
weeks ago.
girl? A couple weeks ago?
Yeah.
Who you bullshitting? Me or your one
Oh, I'm
viewer?
sorry, Frank. I don't come on here and bullshit and tell tall tales.
Who you
and,
bullshitting? You boned
fantasy.
what? Who's you bone in the motel? What? You picked up a girl, you took her out to dinner, what? What'd you
No,
do?
I got a fuck buddy, and she came over, and I fucked her during the afternoon.
A fuck buddy. Really?
Yeah.
So you
I
called
hope
her
you
up
don't
and
know
told
what
her
a
come
friend
over.
is, but friends
Come
with
over to my
benefits.
motel. And you fucked her.
Actually, she called me.
She called you.
Yeah.
I mean,
something you have never
so
experienced.
did she want a pill or
I shouldn't say
something?
that.
What she want?
People do call you, but they
What
usually
she
want
want
money
from
or
you?
something else.
A
Huh?
pill, what? What she want from you?
Wanted my dick. Again, something you've
Nah,
never experienced
Lefty.
without.
Lefty.
Buddy, I'm not the one with
You're
the
not that
right
guy,
to
bro.
fuck
You're not
every
that guy.
single person that you came across except
You're
her
definitely not
husband.
that guy, bro.
Right. Sure.
No,
Right.
you're not that guy.
No.
You're not that guy that
Right. Whatever
a
you gotta
girl
tell
is
yourself, babe.
unless you're like that girl Wendy from Breaking Bad. And then, yeah. That I can believe.
This is the guy talking about fucking wanting to pound out fucking Josie, a goddamn transvestite and shit. The guy who
Josie's
can't even
hot,
get a hooker because they do the 100-yard dash.
Josie's
the moment
hot.
they see this clown.
Josie is a hottie.
Yeah,
More of a gangster than you ever been either.
You are a fan of chicks with dicks. So, of course
Josie is not a chick with a dick. And if you call her that, then that just says a lot about you.
Right.
Josie.
Right. Dude, this is the guy who literally goes in every chat.
Been around the block.
8 dudes at a time if they're gay. Cuz, are you gay? Hey, you wouldn't happen to be gay, would you, cuz? Oh, boy. What a sad fuck, dude. Like, yo, you go on YouTube and where nobody wants you.
I go on YouTube and what?
Hang around like a goddamn fucking fly on shit.
What do I do, Lefty? What do I do? I go on YouTube and do what? What do I do?
Do you have any friends? Do you have any friends, buddy? Do you have any friends? Does anyone want to hang out with you? Does anyone come see you at all anymore? Huh?
Want to hear a funny story?
Hey, you know what, dude? My family's dead and not around. Your family's around and still doesn't fucking want to have anything to do with you.
I'm saying, you want to hear a funny story or no?
What? That you could have been a made guy, but your mom fucking pulled your ear and said, nah, Yeah, I want to hear a funny story.
No, she definitely
I want to hear some instances
pulled ear
how you
a lot.
could have been made. I want to hear
a lot of times my ear was pulled,
why
and there was a lot of flapping in that ear. A lot of flapping in that ear. Believe me, ear was pulled. I could agree with that. In how you say, metaphorically, ear was pulled. No doubt.
Right, because all those mobsters and wise guys, get told what to do as an adult by their mother.
Lefty, you don't know any wise guys or mob guys, any at all.
Right.
Oh wait, the one guy, Yeah.
You
know a guy. You know a guy that took the stand and testified.
Hey, I knew some people that knew you.
You don't know nobody that knows me except for Butch.
It's a good. Oh no! I know a few people.
No.
Knew
you know not.
They want nothing to do with you. Yeah.
I thought you wanted to hear a funny story.
Just listening to you talk is funny, and I don't mean like funny, haha. I mean like funny, like everything out of your mouth is suspect as fuck, or
That's all right, Lefty. I got nothing to prove to you. Do you want to hear a funny story?
No, you got nothing to prove to me, but you just keep saying the same shit. But
what?
Hey, when somebody makes a statement, they usually, back it up. They don't say, "Hey, I don't gotta prove shit to you," cause who usually
no, I don't. No,
people who are full of shit.
No.
So then why
I already told you.
Why even mention it? You got nothing to prove.
I already told you the joke was on Butch. So we can get beyond that now. You know what I mean?
I
just told you that the joke was on Butch. I talked to
Right.
my guys back home, and
You
the
don't
joke
talk
was
to
on him.
fucking anybody back
He
home.
was
Your
baited
guys
into
back
fucking
home.
coming
Who
on.
the fuck are you kidding?
Either way,
Is that the
do you
funny
want to hear a
story?
funny
Is
story
that
or
the
no?
funny story that you actually,
No.
think you talk to people back home? Because there's another broad that you mentioned that you talked to, and she said she hasn't talked to you since you went to the Navy.
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah.
I heard
And
that.
you're
She said it was goofy, right?
also that you're completely full of shit, a wannabe,
You know, when I went
and a
into the
fucking
Navy,
sad ass
Lefty,
motherfucker.
I went into the Navy almost 40 fucking years ago. So she knows me 40
Right.
years ago, I guess. And she said I was goofy.
Yeah. And I guess
Yeah.
not much has changed.
I probably fucked her.
Yeah, right. I mean, if you call fucking her, in your bathroom with a bag of tissues and fucking Jergens
I don't
lotion,
know. She could have said a lot of things about me. She said goofy. I don't know. I probably fucked her.
well, that's a sad fucking state. I mean, if you fucked her and she's calling you
Why
goofy,
is that sad? I
what's
fucked
that
a lot
say
of
about
girls
you?
when
What's
I
that say
turned
about
18.
you, bro?
What are you talking
Now we
about? I was
all right,
fucking banging
dude, man, I
anyone, that
just
one,
heard a
down with
story.
this
I
one.
just heard a
Forget a
story.
bang.
That was
Forget a
funny.
bang.
Come on, I fucked a
Forget
lot
a
of
bang.
bitches.
So you
How
want to
many
hear a
bitches
funny
have you
story or
slept with?
no?
How many girls have you slept with without paying? Because your wife slept with ex-wife slept with everybody and anybody but you.
You're making me yawn now, Lefty. You don't know my ex-wife, so you're making me yawn. You want to hear a funny story or no?
Do you have Alzheimer's, where you have to repeat yourself
Every time I try to start the
and
story,
over
you
and
bring up some baloney. I don't know. Yeah. My ex-wife was
some
fucking this
baloney.
guy.
Baloney.
Okay, all right. Yeah, you're right. My ex-wife was fucking this one. Yeah, okay, all right, yeah. So what?
Right. Yo, tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm wrong.
You don't know my ex-wife. And only a jerk off will make a statement like that.
Am I wrong?
And Lefty,
Am I wrong?
we know you're a jerk off.
No. Answer
Lefty,
the question.
now you're a jerk off.
Am I wrong?
No, you're a jerk off to say something like that.
You just answered my question.
To say something like about somebody you don't know. That makes you a jerk off. Why would you say that? I don't know your wife. I don't know any girlfriends.
Okay, so I'm a jerk off, but am I wrong?
Yeah, you're wrong. You jerk off.
Mm-hmm.
You're a fucking jerk off.
Right.
That's all you are. Is a jerk off on YouTube.
Yeah.
I'm not a content creator. I come on here to break chops.
You're a sad motherfucker.
And kill time. You're trying to make a living here. Donate. I'm FBS. Donate to me.
Yeah, because I'm always harping.
You'll never make as much money as FBS. That loser makes more money than you will ever fucking make and see.
Yup.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
And that jerk off fucking pizza too. That jerk off pizza makes more money than me. How fucking pissed off I was about that. Yeah, man.
What a sad fucking motherfucker. Yo. Whew. Hey man, thanks, Fish. Every time I get a little down and out about me, all I gotta do is talk to you for 5 fucking minutes and I feel fucking fantastic.
I'm glad that I pepped you up there, Lefty. I'm sure every time you look around that your life, you're like, Mika, I'm better than Fish. That's good, cuz. I'm glad I make you feel better.
Because I listen, saying that
There's not even no comments. Nobody's even commenting.
Better than you.
The only one that commented was Trevor. Fish has finally got some malice triggered. What? That's it. There's nobody else commented.
Look at this fucking clown. Right, but yet you're on here trying to prove a point, or
No, I came on here.
No. Yo,
entertain
motherfucker
myself.
can't answer a fucking makes a
I
statement but
came
can't
on here
follow it up.
I'm the gangster.
Okay.
You're not. Remember that.
Right. You're a gangster. You know, stealing fucking
Right.
women's sneakers at Walmart. Yeah, you're
That's
the
what gangsters
gangster.
do, bro. We steal,
Right.
bro. We're thieving bastards, bro. I'll steal a fucking
Who the
pack
fuck
of
is
gum.
we? Who the fuck is we? You're the motherfucker
We
stealing free
gangsters.
samples, dude. Yo, you are
Gangsters
anything but
steal.
a fucking gangster.
Look at
You are
gangster
anything but a
history.
gangster. You're a
Every
fucking
gangster, when
misdemeanor
they was
fucking-
kids, steal
Oh,
and still steal. That's what they do. Their whole life is stealing or selling drugs.
what a sad
It's either
motherfucker.
stealing or selling drugs. Well,
Neither
what
are
else
you
the
good at.
gangsters do?
Or have
What
any
do
kind of
gangsters
fucking
do, cuz?
experience.
What do gangsters do? They steal money. That's what they do. I don't know anything other than that. I was raised as a gangster.
No, you don't know anything other than that because you've never been around.
Yeah, we
anybody
were
worthwhile.
raised to be
Wise guys
thieving
make money.
bastards.
Yeah, wise guys make money and shit. Yo, yeah. So tell us, what was your
How?
master plan?
What
was your master plan?
No.
What was your master plan?
How do
Stealing
wise guys
one-side
make
sneakers
money?
At Walmart.
How do wise guys make money?
I don't know, Fish. You tell me. You tell me.
I
Since
just
you know.
did. I told you we're fucking thieves.
Guy-
What the fuck is wrong with you, buddy? You're like brain dead or something, bro.
And yeah, I'm the one who's brain dead. Jesus, dude, this is
Yeah,
like
cuz you asked me the same question 4 times. I give you the same fucking answer.
Oh.
How many times you gotta ask the same question? You don't know nothing about gangsters or mafia.
Yeah, I don't know a thing.
No, you don't.
Right, sure.
You don't.
Yup.
Because if you did, you wouldn't be on
If I did, I wouldn't be on YouTube trying to get some validation and fucking, some brownie points with some strangers and wannabes.
There's nobody even here, Lefty. There's no validation. You got one viewer, which is Trevor.
Hey, man, whatever makes you feel better.
There's no validation. Larceny in his heart. Yes, Trevor. Yes.
Larceny in his heart and misdemeanors on his record.
No. Mama Love taught me how to steal. She was the biggest thieving bastard in the fucking neighborhood. You kidding me? What the fuck you think I learned?
There you go. Mama Love.
There I go. There I go again.
Experience.
What are you,
That's the
fucking
only person
PLC?
that would, let you be in their presence. Is some fat chick stealing fucking shit.
What?
Hey man,
Fat
you're just
chick
continuing the
stealing?
cycle.
What are you even talking about? How are fat
know.
chicks now involved in stealing shit? Where do you get the stuff from, Lefty? How do you go from one thing to fat chicks stealing shit? What the fuck is wrong with you, bro? Really, you got to check yourself because you're wrecking yourself, bro.
Yep, that's right. Sure.
Yeah.
Right.
Definitely.
So
No doubt.
you're the guy who could have been a wise guy. So tell us all, what wise guy things you used to do that would make you think you could have been a made guy. Nah, this isn't a rerun fucking handstand. This is fucking right now.
Yeah. Handstands in there. Fag, hag, simps. Come on, Santini, you got some gangster stories.
Handstand, man. You should have heard him. I could have been a made guy. But my mother.
I'll give you $30 if you come on live and do 30 handstand push-ups. Tell him, Lefty. I'll donate Lefty $30 right now. He comes on live and does 30 handstand push-ups.
See, paying motherfucking guys to do fucking weird shit for money.
Yeah, that's what we do. That's what gangsters do.
Yeah.
Use that Frankie the plumber come by. We give him $10 and he would do fucking Marlon Brando.
Oh yeah, tell us more how you paid strange men for fucking strange sex things and fucking. Please, by all means, you know,
Lefty, that's your fantasy, cause I don't know what you're talking
fantasy.
about, bro.
Yeah, okay.
No, no, I never paid strange men for sex. I don't know what you're talking about.
Hey, so
I just told
$30.
you
Wait a
we
minute.
had weird crackheads do stuff for money, and we would
Is
sit
that
there and laugh.
yeah? Is that how you got paid, Fish? Because from what I hear, man, you didn't have crackheads. You were a crackhead.
Yeah, I no, I don't think so, buddy.
No, no,
But
no.
you
No,
never
that's
smoked
why
any
you know
crack,
you
huh?
asked me for a half ounce of crack for your degenerate vacation and shit, right? Yeah,
Yeah,
but
so
you get
what's
some
wrong with
dirty
that?
boy and a half ounce of crack and sit in a hotel room. Yeah, sounds like a great time, huh?
Yeah, for a week.
Yeah, but you're not a crackhead.
No,
You're
no,
just
I'm
out of your
not.
fucking mind. You're just out of your mind, right,
No, but
Fish?
hey, thanks for that soundbite, by the way. Yeah, I could have been a main guy, but every time I got into the shit, my mom pulled me out and said, no way, Mike, you're grounded.
Yeah, no, Lefty. I
That's what
never
you
heard
just
that
said.
word.
That's what you just said. Oh, you didn't hear that word. Sorry, Mike.
Grounded?
You're not allowed
No.
outside. You want to see? You want to see the kids in the neighborhood? You can look through the mirror. You can look through the window.
Who are you imitating, Lefty, with that voice?
Hey, can you guys hear
Who do
me
you
or
want to
not?
see the kids? Who do you want to see the kids? Look through the window. Like, who are you imitating? Like,
Yeah,
I
Can
don't
Hanson,
you
we
know.
hear
can
me?
hear you.
Oh, okay, okay.
Seriously. I don't know.
You know, I'd say I was imitating your dad, but you know he wasn't around.
Hey, Fish, how'd you do on
So
your ice
that's
bike
why
today?
I'm
You making
asking you.
money?
Who you imitating?
Fish,
Yeah,
how'd you do
Mike.
with the ices
Let me
today?
pull you by your ear and bring you back in. What the? I don't know.
Hey, Fish, how'd you do on the ice bike today? You make a lot of money?
None of your fucking business. How about that?
Well, you were
No,
asking me to come on and do handstand push-ups, so I think that the amount of money I charge you should be commensurate with the
It's
amount
none of
that
your
you made
fucking
today.
business. What I did, what I do, and what I
It's
don't do. How about that? You fucking jerk off.
it's my fucking business. You come over, you asking me to fucking come on here and do handstand push-ups for fucking $30. What the fuck is $30? Cough up some
What?
fucking dough.
That's too
Cough up
much.
some fucking dough.
$30 is too much.
Cough it up, Fish. Cough it up. You're a big man. You sell all kinds
$30
of
is
ices
too
every day.
much. Well, how many? Let's say let's start here. How many handstand push-ups can you do?
None of your fucking business about that.
Well, I was just making a starting point.
No,
If I
I'm
know,
not going to let you know because then you're going to fucking
if
try to
I know
calculate
you
the
could do
fucking dollar
30,
amount.
if you would have said I could do 30 standing on my head, which yeah, then I would say I'll give you the 300 if you do 35. But you can't put a number on how many you can do. So
All right, we'll send Lefty to 300. And I want to see
send
proof that
Lefty to
Lefty got
300
it.
for what?
For 35 handstand push-ups. Send him to 300. I want to see proof that you sent to 300. You know I'll come on and do the handstand push-ups. I don't know that you'll fucking send the money.
I'll
Send the
ask you
money.
again.
Put
How
the
many
fucking money.
handstand push-ups can you do?
We just made an agreement. 35
You
to
said
300.
30.
Cough up the fucking 300.
Let's say 30.
Cough up to 300.
I'll cough up 300 if you do 40.
Yeah. You're not playing fucking games with me, okay? 35, cough up to 300.
Nah, I think 40 is more like it.
Yeah. You
I'm
ain't
a man of
thinking
my
fucking
word.
straight. Off of the fucking money. You ain't got the fucking money anyway. You're a fucking brokester.
I think that was the funniest thing I've heard in the last week.
Lefty, when he did the push-ups, did I send you the money?
No, you sent the money
No.
before I did the push-ups. I made sure
No.
of that.
It was after.
No. It was before. I
Yeah.
made sure of that.
No.
I know you're a
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
beat artist. You think
It
I'm
was
fucking
after
stupid?
you did the push-ups, and you were like, "Send the money." I was like, "I send the money."
No. You're a fucking
Nah,
beat
nah,
artist.
nah.
Everybody fucking knows it.
Nah.
You sent the
Because
money
you
and
say
then I
nah,
did the
nah,
handstand push-ups.
that means you're right.
That's right. You know it.
No,
You know I'm
it don't.
fucking right.
Everybody
Don't
knows
You're
make you right.
fucking
you're
this
fucking
dude does
drunk
that.
again.
He's sending shit.
You're
Nobody-
fucking drunk again, Fish. You can't remember what you had for fucking dinner last night, for Christ's sakes.
Why you mad, bro?
You'll get on your fucking ice bike in the morning and you'll still be
Fried
fucking
chicken and
half
gravy
fucking cocked.
from the TV dinner. What is that? What are those things?
Swanson?
Yeah, there you go.
Swanson TV dinners?
Swanson TV dinners.
Shit.
Yeah, right, Trevor?
You guys still hear me?
I take fucking Tony
Unfortunately.
Pizza's word over this motherfucker.
I fucked up everything.
Good. What'd you fuck up?
Everything.
Good. I'm glad to hear that. You made my fucking night.
Dude's so twisted he's fucking slurring his fucking typing.
Nah, cuz I'm slurring because I just had mad dental work.
How many teeth you got left in your mouth, Fish?
None.
Are you serious? Tops and
Yeah.
bottoms are all gone?
They pulled everything.
So what do you got?
22 teeth in one
What-
day.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
What do you got? Dentures?
Temporary, yeah.
And then what are you going to get? What are they?
The
I don't even know what
implants
it's
in
called.
6
Implants.
months.
That's what it's called. How much
So
is
they
that
do
going to
the
cost you?
implants in one day.
A lot of money.
How much is a lot of money?
A
There's
lot.
32 teeth
They
in the
do-
mouth. How much per tooth?
Anywhere from like
No,
18 to fucking.
I only
40.
had 21 or 2 teeth left in my mouth when they pulled them.
Were they all on the top or all on the bottom?
So I'm getting full implants, top and bottom. That's 2 full arches, which is 4 arches altogether. Each arch is a half. I'm getting 2 full arches, top and bottom, done. But it takes 6 months to heal. Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's the truth.
But
And
you,
they gave me
Sorry,
temporary
I fell
dentures,
asleep.
and
Okay.
I got to learn how to
cares?
talk again. Everything, these fucking things. I feel like I got 2 fucking horseshoes in my mouth, but it'll be
What?
worth it.
you're like
It'll be
Tony
worth it.
Pizza. Listen, you should ask Tony Pizza. He's a professional with those things. Ask him what kind of glue he uses. What kind of glue you got to use to keep those in there, right?
I can't use any glue for about another month.
Yo, Fish's fucking teeth fell out, but the guy's got the cleanest towels around, man. I tell you what, man, he cleans those fucking spotless with that dick.
I would assume that Fish didn't lose his teeth because of hygiene. He lost
No,
his teeth from
they-
drugs. A life of fucking
Of course.
doing drugs.
You know what's interesting is it believe it or not, besides drugs and crack, I've been seeing ads and shit. He's also a or was or whatever the fuck Suboxone, and Suboxone actually rots your teeth and makes them fall out as well.
I don't even know what the fuck that shit is.
There's
I've
a
heard the word
class,
before.
class action lawsuit against.
What does
them.
that? What does that do?
It's,
Again? What
it's for opiates. It's just another form of opiates that people take that has a opiate blocker, and people usually end up on it for the rest of their fucking lives. And it's like, yeah, to each his own, man.
So what are the side effects of that?
I don't know. I know one of the side effects is losing the teeth.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Fish dropped. I guess he doesn't like, some real information coming out.
What
Oh,
happened?
dude,
I
Handston,
fell
you should have
asleep.
fucking heard this fucking guy. Oh my fucking god. Wow.
What was he carrying on about?
Oh, he's a gangster. He's been a gangster since birth. He could have been a wise guy. I'm such an asshole, and da 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 da. The usual bullshit. So,
Yeah, I think Fish is probably a guy who, when he was a little boy,
JT came on here. Why?
he was upset that
So,
his
Hanson,
father.
I'm not gonna.
No, listen. I think the truth with him
Yeah.
though. I'm not trying to put the guy down, but the truth is, he's probably
No.
from the
But
story
let's
I
be
know.
honest.
Well, from the story I can recall, he told his father and mother separated, they got divorced. They moved into the block 50th over there, and his mother got hooked up with a freaking wise guy. Had none of that happen, had his mother and father, let's say, stayed together and
Well,
lived,
let's be
in
honest. They were
Brooklyn.
never. Hold on.
But
They were never married.
okay, had they stayed together, he probably would have ended up a little different person or man than he is today.
Well,
I
yeah.
think that whole thing fucked him up real good. That fucked him up real good. That life on Bay 50th Street, permanent,
That fucked him
irreparable
up real
fucking
good not
damage.
having a male role model or someone to
It did irreparable damage to him. Now you got
Well,
a guy who runs around. Is he 57 years old?
I
Like,
think he's about.
he's I could have, would have, should have. I could have been a mob guy, but even though I'm not, I'm
Here's the
really a
thing.
mob
Here's
guy.
the he said. I asked him today. I said, so what tell us how you could have been a wise guy. What would you being a wise guy? How do you figure that? Well, I went too deep. My mama love pulled me out. So I'm like, oh yeah, because you know how many wise guys' mothers scold and yell at them and control them and right. It's like you make these statements, but you can't fucking follow it up with an answer. I don't have to tell you, cuz. I don't have to tell you.
Is he still in the chat room?
Who knows? Who knows? He just got his fucking feelings hurt with the truth and fucking bounced. He was probably worried I was going to say some other shit. Because the motherfucker's on here like, yeah, you're a junkie, Lefty. You're a junkie. But yet, motherfucker smokes crack, pops pills and drinks, and used to do a bunch of pills, which, hey, he might be doing those again. Who knows? That's why I cut that conversation off. We're not going to have a fucking, how's the neighborhood? How you doing today type of conversation. Motherfucker, I'll give you this for handstand. I'll give you money. Okay, put your money where your mouth is.
Exactly. Cough the fucking money up.
You're a man of your word, handstand.
No, he knows I'll do the handstand.
Who's back on?
He knows it.
He's back on. No, I don't think there's a person out here in this genre that would doubt that you wouldn't do what you say.
Hey, Fish, seriously, man, I wasn't trying to hurt your feelings talking about your teeth. I was curious.
You were close.
I wasn't trying to hurt your feelings. I was asking.
No, you were close. Yeah, you were close. And yeah, my parents were married, Lefty.
Okay, so with that, yeah. So listen, I can relate because my father wasn't there when I was a kid. Only difference is I didn't grow up on Bay 50th. You know what I mean? And my mother didn't fucking date a mob guy.
I had a lot of male influences on Bay 50th. Uncle Toto was one of them.
But they were all fucking bad, Fish. They were all
Uncle
bad.
Toto, his son was like a big brother to me. You kidding me? Cause I had a lot of male influences.
How many of those people
it was all Guinea gangsters.
How many of those people you still talk to?
What?
Every time you ask him a question, he can't answer. Doesn't.
I didn't hear you, Lefty. What the fuck?
How many of those people do you still talk to?
A handful.
Bullshit.
Okay.
Well, the rest of them were either dead or in jail, no?
A lot of them are dead. Yeah.
Fucking knows that we're
a lot of them in jail. Yeah. But I have a handful of people I still talk to back in the neighborhood.
Right.
That's about it.
Right.
So what is the Esplanade now? It's not, obviously it's gone, but what is it
It's
now?
a doctor's office, I heard.
Oh, good. Something good happens there, then people get treatment, they get help.
Yes, yeah.
Instead of fucking some fucking
You kidding me?
mob fucking hangout.
You get shot. This was standing in the wrong fucking place in that joint. I mean, Lefty wouldn't know a lot about that.
So let me ask you, Fish. You don't have to answer. I'm just curious. So when you were a kid, right? Your parents split up. Did you get to see your father a lot, or did
it was crazy? I did in the beginning, and then
Then he saw you in a dress
he
and high
wasn't
heels.
paying
and said, "I
child
want anything to
support,
do with
and then
that
you
kid.
can't
He's not
see
mine."
him, and she would keep me from seeing him, and he would want to pay child support, and she still wouldn't let me see him. It was insane.
Okay, let me ask you
It
this.
was an
now,
insane
Fish.
fucking
Let me ask you
childhood,
this.
no doubt.
Let me ask you this, Fish. Let me ask you this.
They both
Seriously.
hated each other so much. They didn't think about the kids involved, that they were ripping apart.
Listen, I can put the pieces together. You're the only boy in the house. You wanted to be with your father, which makes sense. Let me ask you this.
Yeah, an older sister and a younger sister.
You're not let me talk. Growing up, when you were young, did your mother used to pump your head full of stuff that bad things about your father? He's this, he's that, he's no good. Okay. Did you end up as a teenager resenting your mother for that because you liked your father?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Did your mother always constantly tell you you're handsome, you're cool, you're so smart, and so gangster and badass?
She did say I was handsome.
Did you ever at any point in your life, like when maybe in your teenage years or when you first left your mother's house,
live with your father? You're leading him. You're leading. Don't.
No. I'm asking.
Did you ever answer and ask him specifically? How did you such and such?
I'm not trying to. I'm not trying to belittle him. I'm just trying to understand.
No, you're not trying to belittle him. But what I'm saying is, like, you're asking a question with the answer, already in it. Ask him
Lefty,
how he felt.
You asked the question.
Would you feel like
this? Lefty asked the question, Santini.
Okay. How do you think you could have been a wise guy? And what led you to believe that you had what it took? But again, your mom pulled you out. So what shit were you getting too deep into, besides the tires and mint pins?
There's stuff I can't talk about, and I won't.
Right.
I'll say this.
You talk about everything else, but when
there's a lot of things I can't talk about, and I won't.
Right.
But when I turned 18, I got $10,000 because I was in a mini bike accident, and I had that 10K, and I think it was about 9,600, something like that. That whatever the fuck I wound up with, and I wanted to put it on the street, and
your mom told you no because
mom wouldn't have it. Mom wouldn't have it, man. It was like no, that fat fuck, no.
She knew you weren't built for it. She knew that 10 grand would go away, and the fucking people you loan the money to.
You don't know her. What are you talking about?
Probably fucking take more money from you.
Lefty, you want to ask a question and get an answer,
This is
and
the
go
only
into
guy
this
to fucking loan money out and pay the
rant
guy
about what she knew and what she didn't know. You're being ridiculous. Seriously, I'm telling you, as an adult, that you go into this rant about what she knew and what she didn't know. You don't know her. You asked me a question, and I told you at that point there was a time I could have put a lot of money on the street, and she pulled me back. That's one time.
$9,800.
A lot of other times involved that I won't talk about.
Right.
And
because you can't talk about it because you don't have the stories. At best, you're going to make up some shit or take somebody else's.
You're making yourself sound even
fucking
more immature,
wrong. So
like a child.
Wrong. Right. Because, I'm on here talking about I could have been a shit, but then, my mom said no and pulled me out.
What is this imitation voice? I was going to be a gangster, and my mom said no. Do I talk like that?
No, but you do a lot of times. You reference like lines from fucking Goodfellas, like you're in a fucking mob.
Did I say I could have been a
they just
gangster, but
fucking
my
want to be
mom
on
said
here.
no. No, I didn't say that.
That specific line you didn't say, but you said other things that are similar.
No,
specifically, you didn't say that, but you said something
that
almost
I was
exactly
always
like that.
leaning in a direction, and my mother pulled me back. Now, if Lefty, you think that's a bad thing? Good for you. Good for you. You don't know any gangsters. You didn't grow up on Bay 50th. You have no fucking idea what you're
I didn't
talking
grow up
about.
on Bay 50th, and nope,
No, you
I
didn't.
don't know any gangsters. You're
Santini knows
right.
exactly what I'm talking about, and he'll be the first one to tell you.
What I'm telling you
notorious that fucking block
is, guess what?
If he knows the neighborhood.
Guess what? Wise guys and that shit don't let their mother tell them what to do and who to hang out with, and
Yeah, really?
Fish.
Is that how they wind up wise guys, Lefty?
Fish, let me say.
Lefty,
let me say something.
Tell us more how they wind up like wise guys. Tell us.
Hey, Fish, can I say? Okay.
Well, go ahead, Santini. I'll answer that.
I want to say something, Fish, and I'm not trying to insult you. Don't take it the wrong way. I don't take it that way. But what you're doing really is like it's like it's like a movie playing of your life when you were a young kid, and you keep reliving that fucking movie on MobTube over and over and over again. It's like, let it go, man. Listen.
No,
it's over. It's done.
I was telling on Lefty's show
people,
2 years ago.
What he would have been like.
It's way past that.
Yeah, but see, listen, I'll tell you to the degree you're doing it. You literally told the story not long ago about how when you were 5 years old, you put the towel on in your mother's high heel shoes. You're reliving your fucking childhood over and over on MobTube.
Where did I tell that story?
You're reliving your childhood over and over on MobTube. Don't you see it? Don't you get it?
Did I tell that story?
Here we go. Hold on. So your mom raised you a gangster and a criminal. But yet every time you got into some criminal or gangster shit, supposedly, she pulled you out of it and told you no.
Yeah.
You can't do that. Okay. That makes perfect sense.
Yeah, no, it don't. No, it don't. No, it don't.
Fish, what did your father think about your mother being with a mob guy? Did he ever say anything about it?
He found another broad and got married real quick.
Well, hold on now.
He
didn't
care. He didn't care about her no more, bro.
You were around.
No, that's not what that's not what I'm asking you.
When was it? Because anybody always said your mom's been a working person.
My dad
and a
tried.
barmaid, not a gumar.
There was times he tried, but he seen the way I was, where I was growing up, what path I was on. He told me too. Oh, you got to be born into it. You got to have an uncle or a father. And
when you were a teenager, did your father ever ask you to come live with him, or did you ever ask him if you could come live with him?
Yeah, I did. I went back and forth many a times.
Okay, good. So
get a house in Sheepshead Bay.
Yeah, I know. That's why I said, you're several years younger than me, but I lived a couple of blocks. I grew up. I literally lived
with him a few times.
I literally grew up a couple of blocks away from that block.
What was he gonna do? I resented him too, as much as I did my mother. I guess
Well, which is it now?
It took a lot to get over.
You've also said on here that you didn't have any type of relationship with your dad when you were growing up. So now you did have
Lefty. All right, yeah, I said that. Yeah, okay, Lefty. I said that. Yeah. What the fuck are you talking about, Lefty?
Okay.
I don't even know what you're talking about anymore, bro.
So then what would happen? So you would go to your dad's for a while, and then why would you end up going back to your mom's? Why'd you go back and forth? I'm talking. When you say early on, what age are you talking about? What age is early on?
Early on, when they first separated, and I went to go stay with him and live with him, his girlfriend wasn't my mother, and she tried to be my mother. And I'm like, fuck you, you're not my mother. I want to go back to my mother. But then I would go back to my mother and I want to be my dad. Who the fuck knows? I was fucking...
So when you say early on, what do you mean, like 5 years old?
8 years old.
8 years old.
8 years old.
Well, at 8 years old, what you didn't understand, what she was trying to do was not necessarily be your mother, but she was an adult and you were a kid.
She's a cunt.
Yeah, but if you look back at it clearly, that's what was happening. You couldn't see it when you're 8.
At it clearly. Don't worry about it.
You couldn't see it when you're 8 years old. Of course, you're going to react that way. You're not my mother, but she's just being an adult. You're a kid.
At 8 years old, nobody's punishing me. Like, what are you talking about? You're not my mother. And I would go back to live with my mother. And then, of course, I wanted to be with my father. You know, baseball, this, that.
But then I'm gonna make a guess here. What by the time you became 13, 14, you really didn't want to go stay in Sheepshead Bay with your father so much. You want to hang out on the block over there, right? On 50th, on Bay 50th.
The ages, I'm gonna say between the ages of like 12 to 18, I didn't see my father.
Yeah, there you go.
At all. And I think it was when I turned 18 is when he had a video store on Avenue U.
When you make an assumption handstand, don't
remember
tell
the video
him what your
stores
assumption
all
is.
over the place.
Ask him a question and then
see
if your assumption's correct.
Those fucking things.
So let me ask you
this,
to go
Fish. See him.
Fish,
I went to go see him on my like 18th birthday or some shit.
So
and,
Fish,
I had a half brother I didn't know about.
Older or younger? Younger. He would have been younger.
Yeah, a lot younger. I turned 18. The kid was 3. So
let me ask you this, Fish. Let's say hypothetically, when you were 12 years old, you went and stayed with your father till you were 18 and joined the Navy. Do you think it'd be different? Say, you think you'd have like a different kind of well, you definitely have a different passion. You think you'd have a different outlook on things?
I asked my father this question one time because even after that, by the time I hit my 20s and stuff, you know, I would go over for, Christmas dinner. His birthday was Christmas Eve. And I remember one time, probably one of the last times I talked to him seriously, I asked him that question that you just asked. It's very wise of you.
No, man, he wouldn't have been different.
I asked
Remember,
him the same
he
question.
was born again.
Do you think if you were a part of my life would have been different?
What did you tell him?
And he said no.
Okay, well, I thought, okay, all right.
He said no, I don't think so. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah.
Well, see, the thing is, had you lived in Sheepshead Bay, the same kind of activity was going on there, but your father wasn't a mob guy, and it wasn't. It was,
the house in Sheepshead Bay to the house on Bay 50, it was fucking apples and oranges. Bro.
It was a palace in comparison. The house on Avenue W was a palace.
Meaning the atmosphere, the culture.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a barbecue a half a block long on Bay 50th. They didn't do that on East 24th. And fucking people all over the place, coming up and down. It was lit up like like it was fucking the Civil War on 4th of July. It was insane. It was insane. It was a lot of fun growing up.
How old were you, Fish, when your mother passed?
Oh, shoot. Mid-30s.
How old were you when your father passed?
He passed late 30s.
So did you grow closer to your father, right? Like
no. We actually grew apart the last time I spoke to him.
How do you get along with his?
I asked him that question.
How do you get along with his current? I know he passed, obviously, but how do you get along with his wife? I know didn't you say she still lives in the house?
She's a twat. After he died, I called her and asked her why she didn't tell me he died. Maybe I wanted to go to the funeral. Maybe I wanted to see my aunts and uncles and everybody I haven't seen. Oh, we tried to reach out there. Yeah, no. Same way I have your number, you got mine. It was bad, and I haven't talked to her since either.
Yeah, that's common. Things like that situation, that's common. She's got a kid. She's got a son with him. He's 15 years younger than you.
Even if I didn't want to go to show respect for my father, I still would have went to see all my aunts and uncles that I grew up.
I agree with you. She's looking
show my respect and say hello because they're all dead now anyway.
I think she's kind of in a way
all dead.
I think she was doing by not calling you was kind of in a way seeing you as your mother, right? You're not your mother. You know what I'm saying?
She was the devil herself. That much I can tell you. She was the devil herself, and I even told her that.
So you know
That's why we haven't talked
when
in
she
all these
passes,
years.
when she passes, you ain't getting any of that house. You know that, right?
No, I ain't getting none.
You won't get 10 cents out of that.
She's got a daughter that would be my stepsister and my half brother.
And she
They get everything.
the daughter she came into the relationship with, right? She already
Yeah,
had a kid when she met your
was
father.
already born.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
So
Yeah.
stepsister, and my brother would be half brother, and my stepsister. You know, I grew up with her too. When I was 5, 6, 7 years old, you know, I would go over the house and we would play. You know, like I think we're a year apart. You know.
Yeah, well, so listen, you suffered some trauma back then. You know, you didn't see it when you were a kid. You don't understand. But you
I
gotta
seen it.
let that fucking shit go, man. You
It's
gotta.
been gone for a long time, Santine.
Well, you know.
So basically,
Been gone for a
what
long
I'm
Listen.
time.
hearing is
I don't
your
want to tell you
dad
what
had
to do.
another family and then wrote you off because he had a new, better family. That's basically what I'm hearing.
Yeah, Lefty. Yeah.
Yeah, but you
Right.
got to also remember take this into consideration for your father, right? You know, your mother is now with a fucking mob guy. So even if he wanted to get back together with
They
her,
were insane.
No. See,
Even
he said
before that,
his mother was
they
with a wise guy before.
They was insane before that, man. You know,
she was
at
somebody's Kumar
4 years
before
old, I knew what the term going out
he was
bouncing meant.
born.
What's that, Lefty?
So basically, with your parents, like when you were born, they were very young. They were like kids having a kid, right? Actually, your sisters are older than you. So when your first sister was
28
born,
and 26, I believe.
oh, that's not that young.
That's what it says on the birth certificate.
So you had two sisters or one?
My mother had
full. I'm
a
talking about
daughter before my father.
Okay.
So what are you doing? A report on fucking Fish's genealogy?
No, I'm putting the pieces together.
And my younger sister with the same father.
Okay. So you were raised in a household where you were the only guy.
Yeah.
You got three women living there.
Pretty much.
Did you ever get into situations where you had to, kick someone's ass for fucking with one of your sisters?
Yeah.
Handstand. Do not give him the answer to the question. Ask a question without giving him the answer. You're giving him you're what they'd say in court would be you're leading the witness.
Well, listen, I'm not trying to interrogate Fish for one. I'm not giving him the answers. I'm asking him.
It's like
am I a witness here?
You're giving him the
Lefty asked the question.
You're seeking, or
Lefty, you asked the question.
Decided, and I'm not interested in any of that.
So then, what the fuck?
I told you I asked my question, and you don't want to answer that.
Answer what?
I asked my question, and you didn't answer.
I did answer. I told you. I was about to put big money on the street.
10K isn't big money. I guess when you're a kid it is, but
what are you talking about?
Big money.
Mid-80s here,
you were
bro.
going to put money on the street.
Even at a fucking 1 point.
So you were going to put money on the street.
At 1 point, I'm making 100.
What other gangster shit were you on where, your mom had to pull you out like a fucking soldier on the battlefield and shit?
What do you care?
Why
do you care, Lefty?
You made a statement. I want to know why, how, and fucking what.
Why? Why do you want to know why, how, when, and why? I told you many stories here, bro. Many stories.
I've heard stories about fucking stolen tires, mint pins, and your mom fucking pulling you out. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Okay. Now we got a story where you got money from a fucking settlement and you almost put it on the street. So I'm asking you, what other gangster shit were you into that your mom had to pull you out where you thought you were so close and definitely could have been a made guy? What you were a gangster and fucking we know you're not a fucking big time drug dealer.
I don't know what kind of answer you're looking for. I don't. but there was many times I
it
was
isn't
in deep and I was
okay.
pulled back.
Cool. Many
And I
times.
gave
All right.
you an example.
So no, you didn't. You just said
Yeah, I
was
did.
gonna put money on from a settlement. That's not fucking gangster shit. That's not. I robbed a
That's
fucking
not
drug
gangster
dealer, or I
shit.
robbed
Lending
a
out
fucking
money
bank.
is not
Not that
gangster
10
shit.
grand I was gonna put out.
What?
So what?
Wait, what?
No.
You just said lending
You
out
know,
money
there's a
is
lot of
not
people out
gangster
there
shit.
that think about killing
The
somebody because
fuck are
they're
you
mad at them,
talking
but they
about,
never
Lefty?
did, would,
You
or
have
could.
no
That
idea
doesn't
in
make
your
them a
little
killer.
brain cell, the one brain cell you
Right.
got left about what
Right.
gangsters do,
Right.
obviously.
Yep.
Yes,
Yep.
gangsters lend
I
out
don't know
money.
anything. You know,
Duh.
I wasn't selling
Their
fucking
biggest
more weed than you
racket is
probably
loan
did in your life
sharking.
in fucking high
Duh.
school.
Tell me again how loan sharking is not a gangster thing.
Right. But you weren't loan sharking. You thought about loan sharking. Thinking about
No,
doing
I
something and then
was
doing
loan
it are
sharking.
two entire things. Now you
No.
were loan sharking. Okay.
Yeah, I just.
How? Because you said you were going to put your money out on the street, but your mother stopped you. So that is not loan sharking. That is contemplating and wanting
I
to
don't.
put
I
money on the street.
really, Lefty. Like, I'm not here to appease you.
No,
I don't
but
know
you're
what
making
answers you're
statements that
looking
you're
for.
not backing up.
I
Or
don't know
have
any answer
sort
I
of
could
fucking-
give that's gonna make you say, "Oh yeah, Fish, you were a gangster." I mean, I don't know what you're looking
No,
for.
I'm
Bubs.
asking you
What are you looking for?
why you think you could have been and were a gangster. I'm asking you why.
I told you already.
Examples.
I already
How you were. No,
borrowed
you didn't.
$5 grand
Oh,
from
Jesus.
my guy's father at a point and had it on the street. When I got the 10K, I wanted to put that on the street. But my mother found out what I was doing. And she didn't want me doing it. And she got the money back. And that ended my bookmaking, loan sharking career.
Holy
She didn't get a. She didn't get.
you
She didn't
weren't
get the
out
money
wanna
back.
know,
You
Lefty?
weren't getting
Her
paid
boyfriend-
back, and
What do
your
you wanna
mom had
know?
to save the day.
If Lefty, if you were in front of me, I'd punch you right in that fucking throat. Bang.
Yeah,
One
Yeah.
shot.
And then I'd fucking beat the living piss out of you till you were
Nah.
a fucking crumpled mess. Put your money
Nah,
where your
you'd
mouth
be
is. You got all
fucking
this
dead.
money. You want to make these threats? Pull up, motherfucker. Pull up.
Come on, take
Pull
it
up,
easy,
motherfucker.
guys.
Now you sound
Take
like
it easy.
Chicago Muscle. Pull
Yeah.
up, motherfucker.
Okay.
You
'Cause
motherfucker.
I'm on here like if I was in front of you, cuz I
You
would do this
motherfucker.
and I would do that.
No,
and I would do this.
because the way you're talking and the stupid questions you're asking.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Stupid
I punch
question.
you right
You're
in your
making a
fucking throat.
statement and I'm asking you, okay, well, explain that statement. Tell us how and what you were doing. So you thought you were a gangster and
It doesn't matter what I say to you, Lefty.
mobster.
It doesn't matter what I say to you.
The motherfucker
You're
who
gonna
sees a
keep
friend get
coming
shot
back
and the
with the
next day
same
goes
thing.
to Florida. Yeah, you were a real gangster.
How are you gonna be a gangster? Well, I was gonna loan shark. That's not gangster stuff.
No,
You literally said
you
that.
thought about loan sharking.
Go back
Loan the money out,
in
and your
the
mom had to
chat.
save the day
Go back
and get your
in
money
the
back.
chat and listen to
boy.
yourself. I said
Yeah,
loan
that's so
sharking,
gangster, man.
and you said that's not
No.
gangster stuff.
No, I said
Yeah.
you thought about loan sharking and apparently
No,
gave the
I
money
didn't
out
say
and
I
then
thought
had
about
your
it.
mom go collect for you.
I
So
said
that's real
I got
gangster.
some
That's so
big
gangster.
money
Having your mom
from the
fucking,
settlement, and when
Jesus.
my mother found out I was putting on the street, she put an end to it.
No,
But I
so
was
what
already
she
in
found
it.
out is that you weren't getting your money back, and so she fucking got your money back for you. So
So let me
again,
ask you a question.
what
Let me
other
ask you a
gangster
question.
Oh,
shit was
wait,
you
no,
doing?
Santini. Lefty knows. Lefty knows. Good. So say that again, Lefty. My mother, what, thought I wasn't getting the money back, and that's why she went and got it?
So, look,
No.
I have a question. I have a very important
Isn't that what you
question.
said?
I have a very important, pertinent question here.
Funny how you can hear things when you
So
want
you
them.
said you had $5K out on the street. Who would be breaking the guy's legs when he didn't pay? Was it you?
No. No.
Okay, so then were you working for somebody else?
I was working with somebody, yeah.
But you weren't really working with them. You were working for them.
If there was an issue where somebody didn't want to pay me, for 1 or 2 weeks,
you borrowed
then
$5,000
somebody went and seen them, and that wasn't me.
You have to fucking take settlement money, and you don't have any extra money. You got a settlement, and that's what you're going to put out on the street. You already put out $5,000. So
how much were you paying your guy?
About the $5,000 I had on the street, I borrowed at a point, and I was lending it for 5 to 7 points, depending. So I had to give my guy his money every week.
They were going to pay
when I got the $10,000.
But if you
I
were
didn't
getting
have to borrow that $10,000. This $10,000 would have been put on the street in a whole different manner.
And you were making
where I'm not paying a point on it.
You wouldn't need that settlement money.
You don't know nothing, Lefty. What are you talking about?
Yup. Right.
You know how stupid you sound?
Okay, so Fish, how
you
long
actually
did this go
listen
on?
To yourself.
How long did you do this? That 5K, how long was that on the street? How long were you doing that?
Over a year.
And then why'd you stop ultimately?
I told you.
No, you said your mother didn't want you to. She stopped you from putting the 10K on.
You said you were going to put 10K on the street. Where's 5K?
Was 5K was already on the street.
Turned into a lot.
That wasn't mine.
He was charging 5 to 7 points.
That wasn't mine. The 10K was. That was mine. And that would have been put on the street. But my mother went. My mother found out what I was doing. She didn't want me doing it. She went to the guy. She actually went to the guy's father. She actually went to the guy's father and said, I don't want my fucking son doing this with your fucking
settlement money.
And that was that.
Begged the guy to give it back.
That's just how it went down.
Right.
That's just how it went down. And then I couldn't do what I was doing
anymore. So where was all the money you were making from those 5 to 7 point vigs for the money you let out for $5,000? Where was that money?
Lefty, we're talking.
Why did you have to? Why were you thinking and taking out?
35 years ago. It's spent, Lefty. You want me? What are you, my accountant? Where's that money you were collecting? $5,000, $10,000.
Fish.
Lefty, listen to yourself, bro.
No,
you gotta listen to yourself. Really,
hold on.
You don't. You sound like the most ignorant fucking person in the world. You sound more ignorant than Nadu.
Hold on for a second here.
Right.
Hold on for 1 second. If my mother, she wasn't, but if she was a gumad of a mob guy, okay, I would have been very much.
If and nuts were candy and
let
fucking.
Me finish. Let me
don't
finish.
If me, Santini.
I got a point to make here. Okay, so if my mother was a gumad, right, I would be getting involved.
Well, here's the thing,
too.
Wait.
Let me finish.
I talked to, they said she was never somebody's, gumar. So
let me finish.
They said, who's they?
If my mother, if I would listen to me, let me finish. If my mother was a gumad, I would have been getting involved in shit too. And the second she said, "Don't be doing that with this fucking mob guy," I would have been saying, "Well, wow, your fucking boyfriend's a fucking mob guy. What are you talking about?" When did that point ever happen? Because I know what happened to you, Fish. Did you ever say anything to her? Is that what you would have
said, Santini?
Right. And I mean,
and what do you think her answer would have been?
If she was raising you to be a gangster and a wise guy, why would she
think her answer would have been, Santini, if you talked to her like that?
I would have got a fucking crack.
Right. Exactly.
But you wanted
now, you may not like.
You're not.
You may not like what you're hearing. You may not understand it, but that's the way it went down, Lefty.
But yeah,
there's nobody even in your fucking chat, bro.
More like you fucked up, and she had to come in and save the day like Superman.
Okay, Lefty. Yeah. All right. Yeah. If that makes you feel better.
So, Fish, you left home when you were 18, right?
Yeah.
And what did you? 19. Did you go like right into the Navy or?
Right in at 19. She dragged me by the ear.
Okay, so when you came out of the Navy, did you go back home for a brief period of time or no?
Yeah, and I went to live with my father after that too. She was like, "You're not coming back here."
So how long did you live with your father at that time?
How long were you in the Navy?
I don't know. I lived with him about 6 months, and then I moved back in with her.
How long? At what age?
How long were you in the Navy?
No.
You were
At
this
How
what
long
big
were
age?
you in
successful
the
criminal, but
Navy?
yet you're,
At
over
what age?
18, bouncing
How
back and
long were
forth
you
to your
in the
parents.
Navy?
What?
Lefty, you
No,
even hear
fish.
yourself, bro?
Fish.
Yeah, I do. And I hear
Can you
you
even
actually
have a
sound like a
conversation, bro?
fucking
Without being a
Fish.
jerk off?
12-year-old whiny little bitch who can't
Fish.
fucking respond or answer questions. You just fucking obnoxiously repeat what
Nah,
the fuck someone
Lefty.
says. Hey,
You're
whatever.
just a very
I'm just pointing out you're full of shit.
twisted individual that got nothing. And I mean nothing.
Fish.
I thought I had nothing, but then I just look at Lefty and I'm like, geez, I got the world.
Fish. At what age did you get your own apartment? What I'm thinking happened here is you came back from the Navy, you stayed with your mother.
You're
you stayed with her until you actually left the Navy.
Don't fill in the blanks. Ask him.
No, I moved right in with my dad when I got out of the Navy.
But then you said
she
you went
was
back to
pissed
your
off.
mother's.
I got thrown out.
Right, but then you said you went back to your mother's after that.
Yeah, about 6 months, I think. I don't know. A long time ago.
Okay, so here's what the question is: so that when you went back to your mother's, did you stay with her up until the time that you actually left Brooklyn and went to Florida?
Yeah.
Okay, so you didn't in that time you didn't go and get an apartment on your own before you went to Florida.
It was. I probably even went to live with my dad a couple of times. In between. By the time she moved to Florida, when she moved to Florida, I got my own place.
In Brooklyn.
Yeah, Bay Ridge.
How long were you there before you followed down to Florida?
Timelines are difficult. We're talking 40 years ago, but I was there till I moved to Florida.
Yeah,
right back in with her.
What year did you go to Florida? 92? Wasn't that 92?
92, yeah.
92.
92. She was so happy to see me, though.
That's 32
That was a great time. You kidding me? I left Brooklyn to get the fuck out of trouble. And I landed in Florida, got more trouble.
What did you get in trouble for in Florida? What were you doing there?
Well, that's when I hooked up with the guys that were moving the big weed.
Forget that. What trouble were you running
I hooked up with the guys with the Persigos that we took the valet lots and everything. When I got into the valet business, when Tumac went bad, we went down to South Beach. They had everything on the corner. Crowbar, Liquid, Mezzanotte, and this guy Mikey I knew from the neighborhood. I was working construction, and I met a girl, and she was in law school, and she convinced me to go to school. She's like, you can go to school, you can go to college. I'm like, what are you talking about? So I called up this guy Mikey I knew. He had a valet parking session at Crocco's. I don't know if you remember Crocco's in Fort Lauderdale. So I ran into him there, and I remembered him, and I called him up. I says, look, I need to work nights. You got anything for me, as a runner or something? He says, meet me at this place tomorrow. I met him. We drove to South Beach. And the person just grabbed this fucking kid right off the valet lot. Boom, by his fucking hair. And threw him off the valet lot. And we took over the whole corner. Mezzanotte's, Liquid, Crowbar, we were all in the same area. And through the Mezzanotte guy, they opened a place in North Miami. I went to work there. They left. I took over the place after they left. And it was a great time.
How much were you making as a valet?
Believe it or not, we did those concessions with no pay, working on tips only. That's how good the tips were. In other words, the company, they didn't pay the company to be there, which is usually you got to pay. No, the concession was so good because you were charging $10, $20 a fucking car to park. The VIP roll, forget about it. Rolls Royces everywhere, $100 and up.
What would they throw you most of the time, a fin?
What's that?
What would they give you for a tip most of the time, a fin?
A $5 tip was a good tip back then. A very good tip. But regular cars were about $1. $1 a car. But you had your VIP section where you got 5, 10s, 20s, 50s, 100s from. I mean, I used to have a guy who would call me up and let me know he's coming in. I put the cone. Yeah, had his fucking Lamborghini parked right there in the front.
Let me ask you this: Did you run the fucking?
He give me $100 bill, and he went to the restaurant.
Did you run the glove boxes of every car you got in?
What's that?
Did you run the fucking glove boxes of every car that you got in?
Oh, when I first started, yeah.
I figured that.
You fucking kidding, bro?
Fish is so gangster. He still got the big money from when he was loaning out his fucking school fucking lunch money.
People would come back and be like, "There's rummaging." Somebody was rummaging, you know.
Knowing you, Fish, you were probably putting your hands underneath the fucking seats.
You kidding me? I was the rummager. But the funny thing is, when I was the boss, you know, I would tell my guys, no fucking rummaging. I hear one rummaging, I'm gonna know who the fuck it was.
Come on. Now you're telling us you know, you had a crew when you were the boss.
I had 40 guys. I had 40 runners working for me in Fort Lauderdale at Samba Room in Timpano.
Yeah, and what happened?
What you talking about?
What went wrong? What
went wrong? Well, Timpano went out of business, and Samba Room closed up.
And
I put a sign on Las Olas Avenue.
People under you, and you know,
the guy, he was like, "What are you doing?" I says, "I put signs on Las Olas Boulevard, from the bridge, parking, with arrows pointing right into our alleyway."
Oh, son of a gun. You thought I was going to say son of a bitch, didn't you?
Make you feel better, Lefty? Am I boring you, Lefty?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear
you. Yeah, so I lived in Fort Lauderdale, right off Las Olas Boulevard on Hendricks Isle, which is about a quarter mile from the beach. But that was back in '94.
I know where Hendricks Isle is.
Yeah. So I probably fucking went right by you. I was either driving a fucking Pathfinder or I was on a fucking crotch rocket.
This was let's see, I remember it was 2000, so 2001, 2002, 2003, 2001, 2002, and we had Samba in Timpano on Las Olas.
Listen, so you know where Marquette
500 is? Fucking cars on a Friday night, bro.
Listen, do you know where Marquette Place is in Minneapolis?
No.
That's like it's near downtown. It's a lot of high-rise. Well, not a lot, but there's a few high-rise luxury buildings there. I lived in one of those when I was in Minneapolis. That was the winter of '93. The next stop on the tour was Fort Lauderdale. I went from the fucking freezing cold to like 75, 80 degrees every day in the beginning of April in Florida.
Yeah, Fort Lauderdale was good. We had a lockdown over there. That's for sure.
Yeah, in fact, where I lived,
parking signs all down fucking Las Olas.
Where I lived in Minneapolis, right? You would go literally down to the end of the block, and you take an elevator to the next floor up, and you'd be in the what do they call those things? The walkways in between the buildings, so you stay warm in the winter. I can't remember what the fuck they were called. The Skyway. I think they called it the Skyway.
Yeah. I've been on them.
And I would walk through the Skyway. It would be like nearly a mile walk to get to a gym. That was like, I don't know where the fuck it was. I used to work out in the gym over there. I worked out in the gym in every place that I was at, but that place I remember in particular, you know, because it was freezing cold in the winter fucking time. And anyway, whatever. I didn't mind Minneapolis. I didn't mind that Minneapolis too much.
She taught him how to be a gangster and put on makeup properly. You know.
It was cold there, but it was different. It was kind of interesting in a way. I was only there for 3 months.
I just want to say goodnight. It seems like I'm boring Lefty and his chat, so I'm going to bed. It was good talking to you, Santini. And I mean that. I mean that. I think you were being honest in talking to me the way you are.
No, listen,
Lefty, not so much. You were being a jerk off.
I wasn't trying
you were
to.
talking. You were asking me
I was being
questions
a jerk
about
off,
things.
telling you to fucking the statements you made.
See?
Those
You know what I'm saying?
statements. And all you did was talk in fucking circles and jerk fucking motherfuckers off.
You know what I'm saying?
The questions I was asking was to try to.
You asked me questions about my life. I answered. Lefty
and I appreciate
thinks my life is imaginary.
Yeah, Fish, you answered. You answered by telling him exactly what he asked in the question, saying, "Yeah, you're right. It was like that. It was like, you know." But
you know why? Because he knows. I bet you dollars to donuts. He had an experience that was similar, and he knows. People don't ask questions they don't know the answer to. A lot of the times. And a lot of times because they ask the question because they know the answer.
You repeatedly contradicted yourself, even when answering handstands questions tonight. You've contradicted yourself in the past with saying certain things you said today. So again, you know, it's one story one day, another story the next. And again, handstand fucking, basically fed you the answer in the question.
Say fucking again. Come on. You remind me of this girl Joanne.
Take it easy. Come on.
He reminds me of this girl Joanne back in Brooklyn.
Have fun
she would always say that.
Holding that bottle.
Fucking.
Yeah.
All right, Lefty.
The girls back there.
Have a nice dick. Santini, it was a pleasure.
Likewise, Fish.
All right. Say goodnight to your boyfriend for us.
What the fuck? Come on, man. Anyway.
Come on. Fuck that, dude. Yo,
no,
it's
I'm not
listening.
Fucking, you do you. You do you. I'm not telling you what to do. You do you.
I'm not. No, it's like, yo, it's the guy wants to be a cocksucker one day, and then chop it up and fucking and make statements and not back up those statements, or clearly avoid questions and answers. Like, oh, I fucking can't stand a motherfucker that's gonna make a statement and then dance around when somebody asks, okay, well, you've made this statement. What do you have to say to back it up? And like I said, handstand man, I'm telling you, like, half the shit you said probably has some truth to it. But when you're putting the answer in the question, like, well, tell me, did this happen? And you felt like this? It's like he won't roll with that. You could have, said, well, hey, Fish, tell me, you were wearing dresses and your mother's heels and putting makeup on and stuff because you felt like you were the only guy in the household and all you were doing is being surrounded by women. Yeah, that's it, cuz.
You know what it is? You know what it is, Lefty? How do I say this? Okay. The environment that you grew up in was completely different than the environment that Fish or myself would have grown up in at that time in a mobbed up neighborhood. And then when you factor in the fact that Fish's mother was a Gamad, it explains, we're all products of our parents, right? So it explains, I'm not even going to go any deeper into it because I don't want, if Fish is listening, I don't want him to get, feel like I'm criticizing him because I'm not. But I have an understanding. I think I have a better understanding of where he comes from. And I'm not making excuses for him, okay? Or justifying anything he said in the past. Whatever he said, he said. But I have a greater understanding or better understanding of it. Once again, I'm not justifying anything. You feel the way you feel. That's your prerogative. But you know what I mean? Does that make any sense? I don't even know if you fucking hear me or not. You hear me? Hello.
Yeah, sorry, man. Sorry, I muted myself.
Or AT&T. Can you hear me now?
I accidentally muted myself.
Is it whoever's in the chat? Could you type a 1 in the chat if you hear me? I don't even know if I'm being heard or not.
I can hear you, handstand. Can you hear me? The fuck? Handstand, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you now.
All right, hold on.
Were you able to hear me for the past several minutes?
Yeah.
Okay.
I accidentally muted myself. Hold on a sec. 1 sec. Sorry, I'm typing something. So how you been, Handstand? How was today? You do anything interesting?
Not really. I got to get out and do some. I'll do a nice long ride tomorrow. Maybe I'll do some filming along the way.
Yeah.
Today was just an easy day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? A kickback. How about you?
It was not as productive as I'd like it to have been, but I still was able to get a few things done. You're muted, or your sound just cut out. Fucking autocorrect.
You hear me?
Now I can hear you now. I just heard.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Listen, I'm going to drop off the
Hold on
the panel here.
Hold on 1 sec.
Yeah.
Read the private chat. We can talk privately if you want.
Yeah, I hear you, man. I hear you. You know, I was referring to like the time and the era. You know?
Oh yeah, absolutely. You know, New York back then was you know.
Yeah, it was unique, to put it mildly.
Well, yeah. I mean, you know, think about when it was in its heyday in the 50s, 60s, and 70s.
Yeah, well, I grew up in the 70s, so I was, you know.
That's right. You're a lot older. Sorry,
yeah,
you know,
I'm a fucking senior citizen.
Keep forgetting you're a fucking dinosaur, yo. A dinosaur. You just don't look like it.
I'm well preserved.
You're an OG.
No, I'm not an OG. I was never no fucking gangster, man. You know what I mean? I was not. No.
Nah, man. You know, just saying, fucking. That doesn't mean like you know you were a gangster. It's like, OG, man. You've been around for a long time. Like,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
I grew up in the fucking streets, and I hung out with the fucking tough guys all the time. And you know, I got into my fair share of trouble, but I just never wanted to be a fucking gangster.
You're saying that just like, you know, anybody else that, you know, lived those experiences and shit. You're not coming on here and telling people, well, you know, I could have been this, I would have been this, and I am this. No, you're like, yeah, I knew some people, I grew up around it, you know.
Yeah, but there's a lot of that on here.
Experiences, but you're not.
But most people, when they come on here, telling fucking exaggerating, talking kind of maybe not most people, but many people that come on, they exaggerate, they tell fucking stories, they make something of themselves that they're not. You know what I mean? I mean,
I agree with you for that, but you know there are also other people in here that aren't, you know, shouting it from the rooftops and shit because those people.
Wait a minute. What about Danny Trio? Listen,
Danny Trio was a fake, a fraud, and a fucking goddamn underwear bandit. So he falls in the category of pretend and wannabes coming on and telling a bunch of fairy tales and coulda, woulda, shoulda, you know. Or in his case, I did, You know, I mean, but besides that, man, you know, he's also on here telling people, you know, I fuck dead horses, and every single cocksucker needs to line up at my, you know, front door. If you're really in for a good time, walk up my driveway backwards with your pants down.
Then you had the guy, what was his name? Vinny Green, right?
Yeah.
Vinny Green had the most pronounced Brooklyn accent I've ever fucking heard in my life.
Yo, you got Lee Cole with fucking, you know, he's a made guy and a very powerful captain in fucking Florida, rolling around with a goddamn, you know, toy gun.
I remember when Lee started saying that he used to live in Sheepshead Bay, and that pissed me the fuck off because I knew he was full of shit.
See, this
is a couple of years ago, so I would be in his chat room under all kinds of different fucking names, and I'd get one comment in. You know, like, you didn't live in Sheepshead Bay. Where was the Carvel in Sheepshead Bay? You see, it was a trick question. There wasn't one. You know what I'm saying? But, well, technically there was, but it wasn't. But anyway, he would get fucking pissed.
Just because somebody grew up in a certain area or grew up in here, there, everywhere, doesn't automatically validate or make you anything that some people were around there. You know what I mean? It's like, just like these people are like, oh, you know, do you know where I grew up? You know how tough I am? Like, I don't give a fuck. Someone could be from fucking bumfuck Ohio and fucking be tougher and more gangster than fucking, you know, you. Growing up in a place, it's not about who you know and what you saw. It's about what you did and what you were, you know?
Yeah, well, you know, then as far as tough, you know, there's always somebody tougher.
Exactly.
There's always somebody fucking tougher.
There's always someone tougher, you know, or willing to go further than, you know, and that's the difference too, man, is like, you know, some people come on here and say, well, I could have done this and I could have did that and I would have been this. And it's like, okay, well, clearly, you know, you're still living like, you know, you were that, right? So then what the fuck? Why weren't you that? If, you know, you're clearly, you know, look at that as an achievement and an accomplishment and you know, something to brag about, then why the fuck aren't you that? Why the fuck weren't you this? You know? I mean, just like, dude, he came on today and he's like, oh, I was, you know, getting 200 pounds of weed. This motherfucker's still trying to tell people he was a big time drug dealer, but yo, couldn't tell you how many ounces were in a pound. Just like the fucking question, I was like, all right, cool. So what did you think, you know, made you a gangster and what were you into? Oh, well, I was going on the street, but, you know, my mom stopped me. And then corrected himself and said, well, I did put it out, and then my mom got it back from me. But then makes a statement saying, I took a $5,000 loan from a wise guy and only was paying 1 point, right? And I was charging people 5 to 7 points. So, okay, where the fuck's that money? You know?
Yeah. No.
I don't know. It's like, you know, it's like when people say something and then say shit after that is so contradictory or just so, you know, it's just like, bro, come on. Like, okay, well, guess what? There's a lot of people out there that say, you know, or want to fucking kill someone or think they do, but they never do. Does that make them a fucking killer? You know what I mean? It's like, I thought about loan sharking, but what? You know, and it's like, yo, and again, I say, you know, how many Goodfellas gangsters and wise guys were out there as an adult doing what they do and then had their mother save the day for them or, you know, tell them, no, you can't do this, you can't be this. And you focused in on that because motherfucker's been on here saying, I was raised a gangster. My earlier when you left and before you came back on, he's saying, fucking, my mom taught me everything. So either mom taught you this, that, and the other, and was cool with that kind of shit, or, you know, she didn't, or she knew you weren't built for that shit and constantly had to save the day and, you know, use her association or people she knew to, you know, bail you out when you constantly got fucked over or fucked up, you know. And then that's the other thing, like You know, those people you know and shit, ask him if his mother was ever a Guman. And they'll tell you what's what. And that's the thing.